Okay. Just checking the audio for the things. Looks good. Audio's good. All right. So today's price delivery for NQ futures, January 26th, 2026. So coming into the day, I was expecting us to have a market maker buy model unfold because we do have the right side of the curve underway. So if we're looking at the last week's delivery, we have our left side of the curve here. We have our right side of the curve here. Market maker buy model, smart money reversal was the low put in on Wednesday of last week. And going into the morning, I was looking at this here. So this is an hourly inversion. And essentially closing above here, I was expecting us to get to these highs here. Now is a matter of how you get to those highs for your entry criteria on the lower time frame. That could be a whole bunch of different ways. And we're going to go through some of the entries that I was looking at today. I did not get in on this initial move. I was not looking at the 30-second chart when I should have been, so I missed this. But I did get some counter trend plays for a couple of shorts in this area up here, right between these two prices. So these are CME fixing prices that are released from the CME Global website. And I'll just leave that at that. Okay, so coming into the morning, we're bullish. We're going to go right down to the 15 and see what our sessions have done overnight. So we had a large manipulation wick here grabbing liquidity on 1800 open below all of this area, signaling rejection and strength that we want to move higher. We then have our London session and then our pre-market delivery accumulation here, which we accumulate, manipulate lower, distribute higher. We also have our 930 open, manipulate lower below these two lows, and then distribute higher. So definitely looking like bullish structure. Now I would have considered shorts if we had not inversed this here, but we also have a model inside of a model here. So we've inversed the hourly here, but ahead of time, we have this 15-minute gap that we inverse. I guess it's technically at the same time. So we have a double confirmation. We're inversing this 15-minute gap whilst closing up here for the 7 a.m. candle to close. We close the hourly candle inversing the hourly gap as well. So just a couple things that are telling me that we have bullish order flow. Now let's go down to the 1 minute and look at our entries. I'm going to get rid of this 15-minute gap here. And we're going to look at our 930 equity open. So 930 opens, and then we immediately start grinding higher. Now, there was a solid 30-second inversion play. I was not looking at the 30 seconds, so I ended up missing this. But we had this low put in here. We manipulate lower, taking out liquidity, hitting off of these order blocks here, and then distributing higher. So let's go to the 30-second. All right, so 30-second here. We have our clearly defined gap. Let me make this the right lower time frame. We go long at the candle closure, stop below the low. You would have taken some heat on this for sure, but never would have got stopped out here. You could have a runner on for the highs over here if you wanted to, or you could take a 1-to-1 here, and then just see how high it would go, trailing all the way up to here. Preferably, if I was in this, I probably would have stuck to a 1-to-1, 5 on, 4 off here, and then let a runner run and maybe get stopped out in profit. I did not take that trade. I missed this one, but just kind of going over the things that I'm seeing today. So clearly showing bullish momentum here. There were a couple plays for some shorts later on in the day, but we really just accumulated between these two fixing prices. There was a solid short here. I believe I got in on a couple of these moves coming down over here. But yeah, we were really just kind of back and forth price action. It would have been really good actually for inversion plays today to sweep and then inverse, sweep internal, inverse, sweeping highs, inverse. I believe I got in on one of these shorter ones, and then I got taken out for my last contract at break even. So 4 off, 1 at break even. Let's take a look here. I know we had some trendline liquidity as well on one of these shorts here that reversed. Let me go to the 1 minute again. This might be a really short video, just kind of quickly going over today's price action. Yeah, not really. Not really seeing a whole lot of great stuff from today's price delivery. I mean, it was good price action. Price never lies. Price is perfect all the time. But yeah, so I guess the other super solid trade that I'm seeing, we did have this area here. So this is a breaker setup during the 1:30 p.m. session. So your inversion play would have been a solid entry right here. A little bit higher risk on this. So your 1-to-1 would be around here. Still valid, still almost no drawdown. Pretty good momentum on this as well. And then if you were to hold, say, break even after this, this would have came out and stopped you. However, there was another form of entry. We had a breaker here. So this is our high, low, higher, high, lower, low being put in. We do have this breaker right here. And I want to say there was even a breaker. Nah, never mind. So we do close above it here, which I don't like that. So a little bit lower probability there. This was the one that I'm actually thinking of. This was the inversion play. This was the breaker here. My apologies. We have our high, low, higher, high, lower, low, breaker right here. You could use this series as well, but coming into the PM macro here, we come up, we tap it, we come up, we tap it again. And then at the very final macro, we have the manipulation higher, probably at this wick as well, just dipping up into premium. And then a massive sell-off really quickly here, down into the fixing price released at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. fixing price gets released. Let me look actually so I can tell you. Oh, NASDAQ, where are you? NASDAQ. 4 p.m. Let me go to my spreadsheet here. Okay, so 3 p.m. is when the fixing price gets released. So we know that the fixing price is down here at this point in time. Okay, so this would have been a banger trade, right? The fixing price gets released here. You could either get in short off of the breaker here and then have a run up, and then maybe it would have taken you out for break even, or you see the other manipulation here and then you get it on maybe say like a 30-second inversion down here. Yeah, okay, this is like the best trade of the day right here, actually. This is incredible. I wasn't looking, I didn't see this in real time, obviously. I'm just seeing this now. I'm putting the pieces together. So fixing price gets released at 3 p.m. and 5 seconds. So just after this 1500 candle gets printed. I guess this is New York time, so this would be 4 p.m. rather. So never mind, I completely lied. It's 3 p.m. Central time. Is that it gets released? Never mind. So you would not have known. Okay, but still a valid trade. So you have a solid inversion. You have this high put in, a clearly defined 30-second inversion here, and then we just dump towards the fixing price that gets released down here at this hour. So 5 seconds past 1600. Unfortunately, I was thinking a little ahead of time. I forget that the fixing price is Central Time and trading New York time. So hour difference. That would have been crazy if that was true. But anyway, so we accumulate towards the fixing price. We then have a move upwards about 50% of this range, it looks like. Yeah, kind of dancing around there. Possible this range as well. Possible this range. Some type of level that was agreed upon trading around. And then, yeah, we drop for Asia Open. And then we kind of rally here. So, yeah, so this is a banger trade for sure for the PM macro. Not a bad short if you were to get in on this sweep here. If you were to get in on this sweep here, not a bad short. A couple in here definitely looked like they were solid plays, but you got good momentum and then taken out at break even if you took partials off, which I did. I was doing counter trend trading, trying to catch moves. I was thinking that we were going to rebalance a little bit more. So we came up to here today. Hold on, sorry, today's, why does it say Friday? What is going on? Today ain't Friday, today's Monday. Oh, the new week opening gap. Duh. Okay, so let's go to the 15-minute here. Sorry for whipping this thing around. I'm just trying to get my bearings. Okay, so I was hoping that we would have this initial rollover up here once we came and swept the highs from last 2 weeks ago, Friday. I was hoping that we would have some kind of a rebalance to a discount. So I was hoping to short into that for like a left side of the curve play and then dip into discount, V-shape recovery, and then long that, hopefully with a runner to have bullish order flow to continue the right side of the curve. So I was counter trend trading majority of the day today, and I am up today, which is nice. But we also did have this move right here. Where is it? Yep. So from this swing low, I guess on the lower time frame to this high, we did dip into a discount here. And then the 4 p.m. candle open would have been a decent long. And then we had another manipulation lower to grab some kind of internal liquidity. And then there's another decent long in here if you were trading off Asia Open. But yeah, so that is today's read. I guess, yeah, I'm not feeling as analytical, I guess, today for some reason. Maybe it's just because I just ate dinner or something. But anywho, that is today's price action. Another log in the books so I can review later. And I'll have a trade execution video as well. And I got to do my journal in TradeZella today. But I am up today. I wonder if this will show up here. Let me pull up Zella real quick. Just pulling up TradeZella. TradeZella. So I'm at a break-even stage for myself because no one's watching this. All right, let me open OBS, make sure. Okay, yeah, you can see this. Okay, so that is good. Okay, so going to go over this a little bit. So this is my TradeZella. So I have a just over 50% win rate. Profit factor is still negative. So technically I'm technically unprofitable, but I'm hovering around this area. I've never blown the account yet. And I've had this for, I think, yeah, it's only 3 months. So November, December, January. Yeah. So I've had it for 3 months and I'm kind of hovering around. This first month was me just like, this is like the first time I've ever prop traded. So I've been going through the process of like, okay, actually having risk, and then through the process of like, okay, how do I actually manage my risk? And then the process of like, okay, now I'm scared to have this much risk, and then finding how many contracts I want to trade on the regular. And that's been fluctuating. So I've been a little bit back and forth. But as you can see, I was down like 300 some this month, down 100 that month. And then I'm up. Okay, so I'm like down $300 on the account roughly, but so my overall P&L for the account is, I'll pull this out of the way and pull this up here. It's actually on my micro because I trade this. So 49,972 is where I'm sitting at on a 50K account. But like I'll have a solid trade and I'll get like 300 to 500. And then I'll have a couple days where I lose. So I'm at a break-even stage, which is like pretty good, you know, not too bad. It's very frustrating though. I'm not gonna lie, very frustrating. But we're only 3 months into prop trading, so I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace. It's a little challenging sometimes, kind of mentally drained towards the end of the week, especially as a break-even trader. But we're not doing too bad. We've only been doing this for a year and a half now, but only with ICT, I want to say like 8 or 9 months. And really only actually trading, I've been like learning in simulation trading and only actually prop trading for this is like the 3rd month. So definitely new to this. I'm just trying to document the process for myself to help myself learn better, because talking about these things helps my brain understand what I'm even thinking, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess we'll end it here. And gold's been ripping lately, so that's been cool. Gold and silver, dollar. What's dollar been doing? Dollar's going down. Something with the Japanese yen. So I hear. I'm not a macroeconomics buff, but I'm learning more. So yeah, I guess I'll end it there. If you did watch, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.